Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So our family had recently picked up this car. So this is the 2019 Eclipse Cross Ultimate Trim, and I'm going to tell you why you should pick this car up, and also includes the pros and cons of owning this car. And this is the video. So the first reason why you should pick this car is because of its design. In my opinion, Mitsubishi's dynamic shield design really is suitable on this car. This can be seen on this chrome line right here. It's not excessive, it's very subtle. In addition, if you see most of the modern cars sold today, they all look similar except for this car. And in my opinion, Mitsubishi did a really great job on making this car different than the ones that we see on the road. So, the outstanding design of the car also applies to the rear of this car. In my opinion, the split window design really makes the car more futuristic. And I cannot really recall the last crossover that uses this design, except for the Pontiac Aztek, of course. But overall, this makes the design more brave, more sporty, and more futuristic in my opinion. So, great job, Mitsubishi. So let's move to the rear of the car and let's check how much space that we got. So in other words, it's not really that big compared to its competitors. You can probably fit around 3 to 4 suitcases here. And the thing about these seats are you can actually put it down. Shall I demonstrate it? Yeah, the problem with it is it's not really flat floor. There's a bit of a hump right here. So this is not really that practical compared to, let's say, the HRV. So if you want to get a car that has lots of space, this isn't really a great, car in my opinion. But for daily usage, such as carrying groceries or carrying like 1 or 2 suitcases, this car can handle it properly. So now let's move to the engine of this car. So this car is powered by a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that produces around 150 PS and 250 Nm of torque. So for city driving, the torque of this car is more than enough in my opinion. And if you drive it on the highway, this car can accelerate from 0 to 100 in around 9 to 10 seconds. So this engine right here is very powerful. In addition, what I like about this car is this. It has a strut bar that makes the car stable on the highway. And in my opinion, handling wise, this is probably the best on its class. So welcome to the interior of the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. So this car has a keyless entry system. And this is the key right here. It looks similar to any Mitsubishi models. And also it also has a push start engine button, which is very versatile and very easy to start in my opinion. So let's see the overall design. I think that the design of the Eclipse Cross, it's quite dull, it's quite outdated. It looks like something from 2010. I hope that Mitsubishi improves the design of the interior in the next facelift, but as for now, it's outdated, but it's adequate for 2020. So if you're looking for a car with a really good, very different and very radical interior design, the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is not your car. It's just very regular. In my opinion, the head unit of this car is quite cool because it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it also has satellite radio as standard. Also, this car's audio is... No, it's just dull to be honest. Like, the sound that it produces is quite normal actually. It's not really fantastic, but it's not bad in the same time. But I really suggest that if you want to get this car, upgrade the sound system because it will make your trip better and it will make the audio quality way better. I also wanted to mention the sunroof. So you see, maybe you think that it only has one sunroof, but what if I tell you that it also has another one right here? see. So to be honest, the window itself, the glass itself is only one, but Mitsubishi decided to divide it into two with this divider. And in my opinion, that's actually a great excuse, because not only the front passenger can enjoy the sunroof or the moonroof, but the rear passengers too, they can enjoy it. So I think the design is quite clever and it's quite outstanding compared to moonroofs on other models. So this car has few features that its competitor doesn't have in Indonesia. So first is the heated seat. So this car has heated seats for both of the front passenger. And also this car also has this. So this is the heads-up display for the car, and in my opinion it's quite useful because it shows your speed and the distance between the front and your car. So now I'm gonna list down all the safety features that this car included. So first, it has blind spot warning. It also has the rear cross traffic alert. It also has the ultrasonic misacceleration mitigation system. So for example, if I go press the gas pedal and there's a wall in front of me, the car won't go because it will detect that I, going to hit the wall. In addition, it also has the forward collision mitigation system. So if I was driving and there's a pedestrian going to cross the road, this car will automatically stop to prevent the pedestrian from getting hit. And in my opinion, these safety features makes the car safer to drive, and those aids really help drivers from getting into a serious accident. In addition to those driving aids, this car has a vehicle stability control, hill start assist. This car also has 7 airbags, and those airbags will really help you if you are involved in a car accident, because those airbags will actually prevent you from getting into a serious injury. So bravo Mitsubishi with the safety features. So now we're on the road to test the suspension and the engine of the car. And let's start from the suspension. I think the suspension is quite comfortable because if you go to speed bumps like this, you don't really feel the bumps. It absorbs it quite well. And in my opinion, I think this is probably one of the most comfortable cars that I've ever tried, except for the Audi Q5 and the BMW. That's different, but for this price of 480 million, this car suspension is actually quite good. Last but not least is the engine. Right now, I actually scored around 1 to 11 kilometers per liter, which is quite okay for this car. So driving experience, I felt confident driving it because of its height. The seating is more towards the commanding side, so you feel like you're the king of the road. That's what I really like about it. And in addition, because it's so high, not really so high but high, you can actually see the road better in my opinion. And overall, the suspension is quite good, like very zippy because of its AYC control. It's actually quite good. So good job Mitsubishi on that one. So about this car, so how does it compare to its competitor? Well, in Indonesia, there's really no competitor that could compete with this thing. The closest that we have is the Hyundai Tucson, but I don't know about that car, so I'm not going to compete about it. And most people, they actually think that the Eclipse Cross will compete against the HR-V, CHR, Corolla Cross, so those crossovers. And what do I think about it? I think Mitsubishi really did a great job on its Eclipse Cross. Why? Because this car is well built. Unlike its competitors, except for the Corolla Cross and the CHR, this Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross is actually built in Japan. So Mitsubishi Indonesia, they import some of these from Japan to Indonesia, and they really did a great job on doing it. I mean the factory, of course. The build quality in this car is amazing. Compared to the HR-V, so far I have no complaints on this car. Although yes, I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me of the design of the car, but in my opinion, they built a nice car. This car is very enjoyable to drive, and overall it has great engine, great suspension, and it's quite comfortable on the highway. So the final question is, should I recommend this car for you? or is the car a flop or a deal? To be honest, this car is a great deal in my opinion, because this car, this Eclipse Cross in black, cost 480-ish million rupiah, or I'll give the USD conversion right on this video. So for that amount of money, I think what Mitsubishi offered is actually quite good, because for 480 million you get a car that has a complete safety feature, a really great engine, a really good suspension, a good driving position, and in my opinion this car is quite great. The headroom is quite good, the legroom is quite good too. My height is 178 centimeters and I felt normal driving this, unlike the HR-V or other car that I drive. Suspension wise, yes, it's not really as great as the CHR, but it's way more comfortable than that. So, should we buy it? My answer to that is yes. Although it's 480 million, for that amount of money you get this much of a car. Why would you resist? Sure, a lot of people said the Eclipse Cross is, you know, is not really Mitsubishi. It should be a coupe instead of a crossover, but I actually disagree with them. But overall, should you get this car? My answer is yes. You should get this car. So thanks for watching and see you later. Goodbye.